All right, I'm going to start this movie. I don't know if it'll ever end up getting published, but it's something that kind of, I guess it started with the three-wheeler movie and our lack of snow. I got thinking about, well, if I can't ride snowmobiles all the time, then maybe the three-wheeler is the way to go. And I'm trying to think, I thought of something that was kind of close by. This is my 58 Buick. I store it here at a neighbor's place. And that's not what we're here about. But I did notice this when I was in here last. This is the first time I'm seeing it since I did talk to my neighbor about this, and he says he is willing to sell it. So I wanted to kind of get my eyes on it and bring you along with me because I might buy it and fix it up. He said it was his dad's, and it hasn't run in 20 years. So I remember it being in nice shape. So let's take a look at it. And I mean, I want to offer him a fair price. I'm not here to bamboozle anybody. If it's a nice, clean machine, which so far it looks like, then that's kind of what I want to. I can't even move it. I hope it's not locked up. Might be locked up. Let's just leave it be. I kind of want to see what year it is, what kind of shape it's in, if it turns over. Tires. It does say it's four-wheel drive, so that's cool. Growing up, we had the three-wheeler, and I had a four-wheeler similar to this, and this is why this caught my eye. It was the 84 250, but it was two-wheel drive, and I used to get that thing stuck all the time. That's why I like the three-wheeler better, is because it didn't get stuck as much. So yeah, I think this is worth pursuing. Let's see if it turns over. Does it have a pull cord? It does not. This might be a kickstart like the three-wheeler. I want to figure out what year it is too. It looks a lot like the one I grew up on, just a little newer. Maybe it's mid 80s or late 80s. You can see anything that says how many cc's it is. But yeah, shaft driven front and rear. That's good. Yeah, I can't see much. I know the camera shows even less. But this looks very similar to the one I grew up on, just a little newer. Same sort of switch, controls on the handlebar, everything. So cool. Yeah, and it's really straight. I don't see any cracks in the plastic. He says if his dad owned it, if this thing was say a 90, if you do the math, he was an adult, big time adult when he got it. So nothing against kids, but we were rough on our machines. And some adults are too, but yeah, I'm going to try to see if it's the wheels move or what's going on. Okay, so I've got the seat off in the side panel, very similar to Big Red. This appears to be, is that the fuel? Where's the fuel on this? Couldn't have been underneath the seat. That looks like a fuel tank to me. Normally the fuel tanks are up here. Well, anyways, I found the Kickstarter, and I'm gonna. Okay, it turns over. Well, It sounds good. So I'm not going to force that. I guess there's a valve stuck. I think these are overhead valve or overhead cam engines. Could be wrong. That is odd if that's the fuel tank. It would make sense because there's nothing here. This looks like an air cleaner box. I know there's people on watching this that are saying, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I've probably seen these before, but just a little bit different than what I'm used to. This would make sense because this feels like this is some sort of a, it's like the fuel shut off. Could be wrong. What's this say? Do not put objects between the seat and, well, that would make sense if that's the fuel tank. It's kind of weird though. It's got a vent. Huh. No, it can't be. I don't know. If that's not the fuel fill though, I don't know where it would be. All right, sorry about that. So I did some digging. I'm not going to pull it backwards. It might roll, but the tires are just flat, or this one is. And I guess I'm not going to really move it until I come up with a deal on it. But it's a 1986. It's listed in the front. Usually they're on like the, I said handlebars, but it's the tube that the front forks go in. At least on the 3-wheeler and the old 4-wheeler I had. Most Hondas are like that, motorcycles. They usually have the date on them somewhere. But this is 86, so it's older than I thought, which is better. I like older machines. This is it's right in my wheelhouse as far as age. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think this is in as good a shape or maybe a little better as my 3-wheeler. It is really clean. Like I said, it turns over. And it's all-time 4-wheel drive, so it's pretty neat. And that is the fuel tank underneath the seat. Strange place for it. I guess I should probably pop that open and see if there's any rotten gas in it. Let's do that real quick. It's kind of a weird place, I thought, for a fuel tank because it's right next to the muffler. But that's okay. Hasn't been open in a while. Wow, that's weird. I always keep a pair of pliers in my pocket. Huh. What am I missing? They shouldn't. There we go. That must be the, that's the vent. I forgot. These had vents on them. I could never figure out what the vent was. On or off meant if it ran or not ran. I used to have issues with my 3-wheeler and it wouldn't vent and it would quit. I'm like, well, I can't remember if it was the cap or which way the cap's got to go. I can't get this tank open. Let's figure this out. We're all smart here. It's got this tube on it. Really like to know if there's rotten gas in it. Do not want to break anything. Oh. Also, righty's loosey on these. That's what was throwing me off. And maybe there's an arrow, I just can't see. So this is, you gotta go clockwise, righty-tighty, and it pops right open. Yeah, there's gas in there. You know, if it's 20-year-old gas, it's probably all right. Yep, that's the same. That's the darndest thing. Yep, that's how it does it. All right, so there's gas in it, but it doesn't look too bad. Seat back on. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I mean, based on the handlebars and just the shape of this thing, he said he didn't use it much, and I agree. Color's still good. It's been in here. I think we'll try to make a deal. I'm not gonna lowball him or anything. Offer him what I think it's worth. Go online and see if there's any out there. But okay, I'm back. This is gonna be the day that hopefully I can make a deal on this thing. I just met with the owner. He's riding a dirt bike out back. He said pull it out, and he's gonna ride a little longer and come back. So what I'm gonna do is pump this tire up, probably pump the front ones up, and see if it'll roll better. Get it out in the daylight. So, as a side note, these little battery operated pumps are worth their weight in gold. Now, I don't use them on tractor tires, but they're really handy. I'm gonna say you don't put a ton of air pressure in here. I'm gonna put like 5 pounds. This could be tubeless. It may not pump up at all. Looks like it's a tubeless. Well, it's coming though. So these tires still have the pokies on them. I'm guessing they're probably original. Yeah, it's coming along. But yeah, I keep this little pump right in my car. You can do car tires, wagon tires, four-wheeler tires, or, you know, just little stuff. You know, it can do 60% of the stuff I need without having to drag around a big portable tank that doesn't obviously recharge itself. Or I got a big gas-powered air compressor, but that doesn't work too good either. When you know, there's no sense bringing that along when you're just doing something like this. So, all right, I'll get these pumped up. No need to videotape this, and I'll see if we can roll it out, get our eyes on it. All right, good news. It's now officially mine. So there'll be some content on this. I'm excited. I was one thing I didn't do. The seller started pulling the dipstick, so I'm like, well, I should have done that. I don't know if you can tell. Now, keep in mind, this has been sitting for 20 years. That oil, it's like brand new. So I have learned a few things about these since I dreamt up buying it. And because the fuel tank's lower than the carb, there is an electric fuel pump. So that, who knows if that works. But I know electric fuel pumps don't typically survive 20 years too well. Could be wrong. What else am I concerned about? I don't know. I really think it's not, carb cleaning, and it is in really nice shape. I mean, these handlebars, my Big Red 3-wheeler has 1,000 miles, 1,050 some miles on it, and the handlebars are in worse shape than this. So I'm guessing this thing has barely been used. But the tire's all pumped up. I'm sure they'll leak down eventually, but I'll put tubes in them. And yeah, so it's mine now. I'm excited. It's kind of reliving my youth. I'm going to pull the battery out. I might actually just nose this over by the door and put the jumpers on it if I can find where the battery is. And I'm assuming it's in the toolbox because I can't find it anywhere else. This one is a little bit different than the one I grew up on. But just to see what it does, and then I'll bring it home and we'll start tearing into it. Okay, so I got this in the shop, back home. Battery's in, battery's charging. I drained the tank and I took the intake off. I want to make sure that this is pumping fuel. It seems when you crank it, it pumps, like it's sensing that it needs fuel. So the gas wasn't all that bad. It was in it, but I just figured why not put some new stuff in it. I always run 90 non-ethanol gas in everything other than my 2 newer cars. But I still can't get over how clean this stuff is. Like, the carburetor's super clean. Been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about these, trying to learn, and like it's amazing like how clean this area is. I haven't even given it a bath yet. But anyway, so I'm cranking on it, and it only pumps. The fuel pump always kicks on when it cranks, but it doesn't kick on with the key on. So maybe I'm just missing something. So anyways, this is unhooked down here. And oh, hey, look at that. It's working. All right, that didn't take long. So maybe. Now, I haven't pulled the carb off. Probably should check it over. But I got so lucky with Big Red firing up and running so good after years of sitting that I thought maybe I'd just try my luck here. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's tons of vacuum lines, vents or whatever. So I should probably fog this. Got some 2-stroke gas over here. This is how I start my old snowmobiles. I don't like ether. So let's try this. Okay, that's good. Come on, come on. Come on, baby. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. It's idling. Not very good, but yes. Sweet. Oh, this is too easy. What kind of revival video is this going to be? Hondas, man, I tell you. Sweet. I'll be riding this before I know it. Wow. can't believe it. Well, this is going to be a short video, I think. That was just too easy. Huh. Alright, well, I've got an air filter on order from Honda. It should be here in a day or two. But this is, I'm going to service this and take it for a spin once I get that air filter. I think we're good to go. It's just running like it was shut off. Well, it's the same thing I said about that. Crazy. Oh, I love Hondas. I think I got lucky with this one. Alright, it's a beautiful sunny day. I've got this thing back together. I'm going to give it a bath and take it for a spin for the first time. Not much to really talk about. I did buy this speedometer on eBay. I thought I had everything for it, but didn't come with everything. There's a gearbox that comes out of the engine down here, and then a cable that runs up to a speed sensor. So I'm missing the cable in the gearbox, but I'm gonna source them out. I thought it was kind of neat. Since the Big Red's got one, might as well put one on. But yeah, give it a bath. Probably take these panels off and get inside of it as much as I can. The seat and the side panels, I should say. I don't want to blow any decals off. I always do these things with low pressure water. We don't really max out the pressure washer because that'll peel the decals off. But I've been looking forward to this. Still, this is the worst part of the rust. I think maybe the roof leaked, or it was just the roof did leak in that building for a little while until he put a new one on, so I'm guessing that's what that's from. But everything else is pretty clean on it, pretty straight. So let's take these off and give it back. Okay, it's all clean. Looks great. This is just with water, cold water rinse. I'm not gonna go too crazy with it because I want to go ride it, and there's mud out still. So, seat cleaned up nice. That stuff was barely visible for a while on the back of the seat. I cleaned that and these little side panels in the sink. You can see just how nice these are. Pretty clean. Biggest thing is just surface rust. I'm sitting around in that barn all those years. Let's give it go for a spin. Quiet with that stock exhaust. brake works. Hydraulic brake does not. I freed that up and it pumped up and it seemed like it was working, but then you could tell it leaked. It blew a seal somewhere. It was leaking out. Cable brake will work for now. I'll have to get like a rebuild kit, see if they still make them. Come back. Well, that's it for now on this one, I guess. There's not much rebuilding or we'll stop tinkering or anything. I mean, I didn't even clean a carburetor on this, which makes me doubt the 20 years since it was last run. I know it hasn't been running a while, but 20-year-old gas would be absolutely atomic for that tank and the fuel pump and the carburetor. So, I mean, I know 20-year-old gas is better than it is today, but this thing idles perfect. It runs great. It really is tight. So maybe the 20-year thing isn't true. That's just what he told me. But either way, I think it's a real solid rig. So we'll put it away and wait for a day where I don't have so much work to do and take it out for a spin in the woods. But appreciate everyone watching these old Honda videos. It's something that kind of relives my childhood when I was a kid back in the 90s. And I think they're still really cool. I mean, now it's come full circle. They're kind of iconic. The three-wheelers more so than the four-wheelers. You can still buy these plentiful and inexpensively compared to the ATCs. But obviously this is a heck of a lot more safer and with the four-wheel drive, a little more functional. But I don't know. We'll just keep playing with it, and if we get a day where we go out and ride, I'll add some more movies of it. Until then, thanks for watching and take care. Bye-bye.